Hey, real moment before you think this is just another speaker. The first time I powered up the LG M7 sound suite, I wasn't expecting my jaw to drop. I hit play on something I've heard dozens of times, and for the first time I actually felt the sound move around the room. That was the moment I realized how much my old setup was holding me back from real presence. This is for the kind of person who notices when vocals feel boxed in, when sound feels flat instead of placed, when bass barely whispers instead of moving. You've lived with audio that tries, and you know the difference between loud and meaningful sound, and you're done compromising. Before anything else, take a moment to check the current price and stock. Wireless smart speakers with real Atmos presence don't linger, and hesitation quietly turns into regret later. You knew it was time to upgrade when your current audio left you leaning in instead of losing yourself in the moment. I used to adjust volume constantly, hoping dialogue would land and effects would feel present. That nagging sense of something's missing doesn't disappear on its own, you outgrow it, and then you start craving presence that actually lives in the space. Once the M7 came alive, everything shifted. Dolby Atmos FlexConnect didn't just spread sound wide, it gave direction. Vocals felt anchored instead of drifting. Ambient details no longer vanished behind brass and highs. That woofer didn't just add depth, it gave weight without muddying the rest. And once you hear audio that actually occupies your room, anything less starts to feel like you're listening through a veil. I use this speaker the way real people do, movie nights where every whisper and rumble felt intentional instead of lost, music sessions where instruments had definition and body instead of thin treble, everyday shows where voices stayed crisp without wrestling the volume, and chill evenings where the atmosphere actually felt present instead of background noise. This isn't about specs, it's about the feeling every time sound finally seems to breathe around you. So here's the nudge you need: don't sit around waiting for the perfect moment. Stock shifts. Prices wobble. And every day you delay is another day your current sound falls short. You might think a wireless speaker this size can't deliver deep impact. That doubt disappears the moment you hear how composed and balanced the low end stays, deep without distortion, present without chaos. It doesn't just fill the room, it owns it. One surprise most people overlook? Once audio behaves in your space instead of blasting forward blindly, even quiet moments feel textured instead of flat. Owning something at this level changes how your space feels. Every voice feels anchored, not distant. Ambience feels present, not flat. Bass feels balanced, not vague. Daily listening feels immersive, not average. If I'm honest, premium audio always asks for thoughtful placement. And real spatial presence asks for a system built with intention. But at some point, you stop comparing specs and just choose the sound you already wanted, because every time you consider something weaker, you come back to this feeling of yes, that is real presence. Don't let this be the upgrade you delay and later think about every time your old setup disappoints. If you're ready for sound that finally feels around you instead of just coming from in front of you, check the LG M7 Sound Suite now and step into the immersive experience your entertainment deserves.